Night, yeah, we do a hype. It's Monday night, yeah, football, but not tonight. We talking about first marriage versus the second one. Yo, you did it again. Are you done? Some people get married once or twice, sometimes three or four times, but I say the rhyme doesn't even catch up with the times that you have tied the knot. Yo, give it all you got. But the question tonight is, does the first one or the second one feel right? Do you have some regrets about the first time that you took the walk down the aisle? Your style is all of yours. I can't judge, but I'm going to ask you tonight, yo, Smudge, I want you to put your finger on it. Did you put the ring on the finger? I'm going to, So that's what we talking about. I'm just trying to get the word out. So talk to me for a second. Take a second to record a minute to get in it. I win it. I take this thing to the next window that's tinted, so you can't see me. He be all up on this thing. I understand this thing is every man trying to be a king. And when you find a wife, it's a great thing. That's what it says in the Bible. My arrival is right here. On time, we do this, my dear. You understand what I'm talking about this year. 2020, 24. What we going to do? Are we going to kick down the door? What are we here for? Just think about it for just a little minute to get in it. I tap my fingers and I be thinking about a dead ringer. Can I bring in a singer to make sure that we bring in the hymns and talking to her and him? Well, that's how it go. We talking about the DG show. My name is Sun75 and I do my thing and I don't care what nobody else think. I do things my way. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, we crossed over to another day because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So technically it's tomorrow from yesterday. But our way, we still represent 23rd. So you understand that's where we going, mama nigga. All right. So it's the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also tonight on this Power Monday. First day of the week. Y'all know I say Power Monday. You know why? Because a lot of people hate Mondays. I don't. You know why I don't hate Mondays? Because kings and queens are crowned on Mondays. When you start a new job, you start a new position. What day do you start? Yeah, Monday. We're going to get it popping on Monday. So that's how it go. So I ain't scared of Mondays. I ain't mad at Mondays. Mondays is a good look. But tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about your first marriage versus the second marriage. The second marriage versus the first marriage. A lot of things can happen the first time that you venture into holy matrimony. A whole lot of things can happen the first time that you tie the knot. The first time that you throw the ring on the finger, the first time that the two of y'all meet with the preacher right there standing in the middle, the first time that you kiss the bride, the first time that you jump the broom, the first time that you sign your life away and make two become one. Well, some people are successful in their first marriage, and some people are, I wouldn't say unsuccessful, but let's just say all marriages don't work out. Nowadays, I think that we would mostly agree that a lot of people get married for personal reasons. And sometimes those personal reasons aren't for the best reasons. You know, we have the internet now, and we can have a really close look at a lot of people that we never saw before. And we can get a lot of different looks that we never may have looked at before. And we can see a lot of things and analyze a lot of things, and we can get a lot more information than we ever did before. So before, when you thought about the happy marriages that you may know about, you may know about a whole lot more of them now, because the internet gives you access to see how other people are doing things, how they living, you know, even just the way that they conducted their marriage. And also you may get to the point where maybe you have lost faith in marriage, because maybe you see a whole lot of negativity when it comes to marriage. Like, for example, you know, on the internet, you might see a lot of cheating, and maybe in your inbox, maybe somebody is sliding in the DMs, sliding in the DMs like, yo, I'm married, but can we be friends? Can't Why can't we be friends? 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 So you might look at it in a certain kind of way, and you might be justified in the way that you're looking at it. What up, Locatino 143? I said Locatino 143. I said, how's it going? How's it doing? Yo, I'm glad to see you. Yeah, the one and two. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being type loyal. I appreciate that thing. I crown you because you're royal. Not playing around. I know you're down like a submarine. Struggle to keep your sneaks clean. And I'm glad that you're up on your hygiene. I can smell you through the screen. Just kidding around. What's going on, Tina? What up, DJ Skills, Life, Travel, and Music? Yeah, what's good? How you feeling? How you feeling? I know I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should tonight. Listen, tonight on this Power Monday, we're going to have this conversation. Let's have a little talk. The second marriage versus the first marriage. Or you could say the first marriage versus the second marriage. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been married before, but even if you aren't married, that doesn't mean that you've never been married. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't know anything about marriage, because like I said, with the internet and things like that, you can still, besides the people that you know personally, your mom, your dad, and brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, friends, classmates, co-workers, you have seen a lot of people married, and you may know how they conduct themselves in their marriage because you know the people personally. But now that we have the internet, you may see a whole lot of other things. People put a lot of people put their lives on display, even their marriage. They might put it on display. So you may know how a person was, like, let's say it's somebody close to you. You may know how they were in their first marriage versus when they got married again. Maybe if their first marriage didn't go well, and maybe they felt like it was their fault. Maybe they didn't feel like they were mature enough. Maybe they didn't feel like they were generous enough. Maybe they don't feel like they gave enough of themselves in the first marriage. Maybe they promised themselves, the second time I do this, I'm going to do it right. Or if they got hurt in their first marriage, they might feel like they're more on defense mode. Like, yeah, I'll get married again, but nobody's going to ever hurt me again. Like on some Mary J. Blige shit. I've been there and I've done that, but I promise never to be hurt again. Be hurt again. I mean, man, women used to be hanging on to every word that Mary said. Remember? People used to be, Mary used to have people had a chicks like, yeah, I felt that, Mary. I felt that. I'm not gonna cry. No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears. But really though, you may feel like I'm never gonna allow anybody to ever hurt me again. So you might take a strong personal power position in your second marriage that you didn't take in your first marriage. So maybe in your first marriage, you were more submissive. Maybe you pledged to be more dominant in your second one. Yeah. Yeah. I had on discharges. Yeah, because it was rooms at the time. I don't know if there's any rooms left, because when it wasn't none left when I left. So she was signed up for endo and all of that, but I told Myra to take care of that while y'all was busy on discharges. But she's definitely there. All right. Sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That was my lawyer. My attorney. What up, y'all? What up? Let me shout my people out. Locatina. What up? And also DJ Skills and Danal Kinsella. Hello, divorce. Goodbye, daddy. What? And Coates McGoat says, what the hell? Wait. Can I read this? Exorcismus, ominous, immundus, spiritus, omnis, potestas. No, yeah, potestas, omnis, incurioso, et la secta diabolica tuam et la securitibi. That is not, what language is that? I don't know. I got nothing. Chris Valencia says, Coach McGoats. DJ Skill says, like, okay. Hopefully divorcees got some type of healing prior to dating after the fact. Could be. Maybe it's not, you know? And Mo says, what's up, OG? What up, Mo? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Alimony is due. Ooh, I hear you. Zaddy's World says rapist, pedophile. Wow, why would you say those things? I don't know. Loca says, I'm down for marriage, but not expecting it. Most of these dudes act more feminine than me. I'm more female than me. Ooh, that's what we doing? Is that what we doing? 69 guy says, yeah, quick question. What you think about Tuka? Don't know nothing about Tuka, so I guess I don't think nothing about it. I don't know nothing about Tuka. You gonna have to put me on. You know, I'm totally in the dark. All right, so the second marriage versus the first marriage. Like I said, you may know somebody who may have dropped the ball in their first marriage, and maybe they've pledged to do better in their second marriage. Like, yo, this second time, it's the second time around. All that I can do, just as long as I'm with you. I mean, you know, second time is a charm. They say sometimes the third time is a charm. But when it comes to marriage, if you make it to the third time, I think, and this is just personal, I think if you make it to your third marriage, there's probably a good chance that you don't take marriage all that seriously. You know, I mean, you know, people who get married multiple times say that they take marriage more seriously. Like what I don't take seriously is just being somebody's boyfriend or somebody's girlfriend. Like, either we gonna get serious and make this thing legal or we ain't. Okay, I hear that too. Oh, Zaddy's World. Here's the thing, Zaddy's World. I don't mind you calling me things, but here's the thing. You're spamming the chat. And that's what I won't allow. I won't allow you to spam the chat. So if you keep doing that and stopping other people from being able to make their comments visible, then I got to get you out of here. I don't really give a shit what you say about me. But you can't mess up the chat. So if you mess up the chat, I got to get you on out of there. Mess up the chat. Get you on out of there. Yeah, if you mess up the chat and won't play nice, I'ma get you out of here like chicken and rice, yo. Matter of fact, chicken livers, because I don't like chicken livers. If you keep messing up, I'ma give you a exit and the door and the boot. I ain't playing around you, yo. It ain't about the money. The loot is going to come because I work hard every day. And this thing that I'm doing right here is only a little pay. So I don't have no problem getting you up out of my way. And I'm going to do that shit without another thing to say. Now, I gave you a warning and I'm doing it on a new day. So stop fucking around in my chat. You say that I'm a rapist. You say that I'm a rapist, a pedophile. What the fucking shit? You'll find somebody else to talk that shit too, because nobody want to hear it. They was here when you got here, and they gonna be here when you go. And so act like you know. And I just told you that thing because that's how it go. All right. 69 guys said, okay, wait. Joe McGreary says, I got one question. Don't you agree that we're screwed with our presidents? No. And that's not on my mind on a regular basis. John Sausage says, hey, baby bowl, what I got to do to clap those cheeks? I don't know. Pull your ass cheeks together and see how long it takes. I don't know. Like, mine don't do that. So maybe, I mean, I'm sure you can find the answer to your question out real easy. Grab your ass cheeks and see what happens. Good luck. Peace to you, you fruit. All right. Where else? Where we going? Tim says, but why do black men love white women though, dude? Yo, now you asking an age-old question. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what I think about why black men like white women so much. Well, first of all, there's the forbidden fruit thing. They're not supposed to really have them. And I honestly, a lot of black people, not just men, but a lot of black people are clout chasers. I hate to look at us this way because I really do love my brothers and sisters more than anything else in the world. But we do. We clout chase. You know what I mean? And you see the way we treat each other. We'll do and find any reason to separate from each other. We'll separate over money. We'll separate over religion. We'll separate over gangs. We'll separate over class system. We'll separate over education. We'll separate over political party. We'll separate over shit that don't even involve us. Like politics. Look at how we acting. Oh, you voting for the white man. Oh, you voting for that woman who ain't really a black woman. She Indian. Look at us. We'll do anything. Nobody separates better than us. We should get jobs. That's what we need to do. We need to create jobs separating. So, unfortunately, the white man makes many of us feel good about ourselves. Because, when black people only co-sign black things, then we don't really think it has that much value. Think about it. We don't. When it's only our thing, we don't think it has that much value. As soon as the white man comes and co-signs it. Now, you can't say white women are prettier than black women. You can't say that. You can try, but there's no proof of that. Black women are honestly the most beautiful women in the world. Hands down, it's no contest. But a white woman will make a black man feel like he has done something in his life. It's a status symbol. And I know it because I have people in my family who have done it. It's a status symbol. Now my kids will have a chance to have good hair. My kids will have a chance to have light skin. My kids will have we messed up, man. The Willie Lynch joint. Oh yeah, we bad. But hey, so that's my. But I was talking about separating from each other, and that's where we can start this conversation where we're talking about marriage. Because if we're talking about the first marriage and the second marriage, then we're talking about a separation of two people who were previously married. Now, what are the things that might come along to cause you to have a second marriage? That means that things didn't really go right in the first marriage, right? So let's take a look at it. Now, is there anybody out there who has been married more than once? I know a lot of people who are on their second marriage. And honestly, everybody right now, currently, that's on their second marriage is feeling better about their second marriage than their first marriage. Not to say that they don't have problems, not to say that everything is hunky-dory, not to say that they found the perfect match, but, Locatina says all women are beautiful. No, they're not. No, they're not. All men ain't handsome. All women ain't beautiful. I see what you're trying to say, but no. Nah, we ain't doing that. Andy Cipriano Andres. What's going on, man? I'm feeling like a real man should. Thanks for coming through. Dipples D says, greetings, Omar. My first marriage was a life lesson, but I learned some Some people don't have a clear vision of purpose, destiny, and direction. That's real. That's real right there. Yo, y'all, do me a favor. It's 70 of y'all in here. Can we get more than 4 likes? Yeah, I promise to earn them. I promise to live up to a like. I promise. Scouts honor. Cross my heart. You know what I mean? On my kids, I promise to live up to more than 4 likes. Just hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Just get, listen, I'm not going to ask y'all to buy nothing. You ain't going to get no extra commercials on the stream. Just give me a few likes. Okay. All right. Tim Thomas says, right, but interracial marriage is a sin, though. Deuteronomy. I mean, a sin? I don't even agree with interracial marriage. But a sin? I don't know about that. Patriot Scar says, oh, what is this cringe? I don't know. I mean, you ain't gotta stay here. I hope you're not still here, Patriot Scar. All right. So we good? We good? All right, we good. I think. Wait. Andrew Cipriano says, what is the best age around for a man to lock it in? I don't know. That's a judgment call, man. That's a judgment call. I've never been married. So, but I can guarantee you, when I get married, it's going to happen one time. I don't have a second one in me. But I wouldn't have given a shit if I would have got married in my 30s. There was no chance I was going to do it in my 20s. But if I would have got married in my 30s, it was only going to happen one time. I made that pledge to myself a long time ago. You know, I've loved a lot. But my thing is, a marriage takes a certain amount of commitment, seriousness, and maturity. But a lot of people circumvent, or should I say, they skip over that part and they just go ahead and get married. And I ain't with all that. So no, I wasn't going to get married just because she got pregnant. I wasn't going to get married because all my friends was doing it. I wasn't going to get married so she could co-sign a car or a house. Nah, we ain't doing none of that. First of all, I never been no broke nigga. Not that kind of broke nigga. I ain't never been a rich nigga. But I ain't never been, you know, the type that got a sign on a dotted line or have nobody co-sign nothing for me. I never been not like that. Alex says marriage not good. All right, let's do this. Let's get dressed. Let's get dressed. Yeah, I said, let's get dressed. Put on our uniform. Let's put on our uniform, man. Let's get it right. Let me put mine on. Put mine on. Here we go. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take this one off. All right. Put this one on. We good. We good. All right. So, y'all know how we do. Y'all ready? All right. Hold on. Get my microphone right here. Get the mic right. Mic. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. Which one y'all want to wear? Because if y'all new to this channel, we all wear the cow bones. These are genuine cow bone necklaces. These are not regular beads. Ain't no wood on here. Y'all can get a close up. Y'all can get a close up. And how we doing it right here? You see them fly designs. You know what I'm saying? You know, and no, these ain't African. These are Black American beads. These are Black American bones. All right. So which one y'all want to wear? The one. Okay. TK Wright already says the one on the right. So that's this one. She wants the one on the right. What about the one in the middle? What about the one on the left? Huh? Which one y'all want? Which one y'all want? Which one y'all want? All right. So this is the one on the right. This is the one in the middle. This is the one on the left. Dimple says left. So we got one for right, one for left. What y'all say? What y'all say? Which one? Come on, we ain't got all day. We ain't got all day. What's it going to be? The one on the left. Well, nice. The one in the middle. All right. We got two more for right. We got two more for right. Oh, yeah. It's looking like a right. It's looking like a right. It's looking like a right. So it's going to be this one. It's going to be this one. All right. I need y'all to stick your neck out. Stick your neck out. Stick your neck out. Not like a turkey. We ain't going to cut it off. We ain't going to cut it off. All right. There we go. Looking good. Let me give y'all the ocular proof. Let me give my peoples the ocular proof. See what y'all, so y'all can see what y'all looking like tonight. And you're looking good. You're looking good. All right, yeah, that's it. Look at that. Yeah. Looking real good tonight. Ladies looking pretty, looking beautiful, looking lovely, looking sweet, looking sexy. Yeah. Fellas, y'all looking handsome. Y'all looking suave. Y'all looking debonair. Y'all looking smooth tonight. Yeah, somebody gonna take home something tonight. Y'all hooking up tonight, looking good, real good. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, you take a screenshot. Let them know you was here. Daily Go Getimism show all day, every day. This is how we do it. All right. So let me let's do some things. Do some things while we get ready to have this conversation. Let's hold on. Let's rock. Y'all ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Your second marriage versus your first marriage. Your second marriage versus your first marriage. Y'all can call into the show. If you don't know, this is a totally interactive show. You can call into this show and have your voice heard. You won't be on video, so don't worry. Don't worry. I know a lot, and some of y'all might be in bed. Some of y'all, might not be presentable, but you can call into the show. And if you would like to call into the show and add your 2 cents, you can curse, you can cuss, you can swear. There is no censorship in here. You can yell, you can scream, you can holler. It won't cost you $1. So the number to call, if you want to call into the show and speak your mind, ask a question, tell a story, dispute something, go back, come at my neck. If y'all want to call into the show, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number, and you can rock on and do the jam, do the damn thing. This is the Daily Go Getimism show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight, we're talking about the second marriage versus the first. I'm about to pin this number. Hold on, son. Hold on. I'm about to pin this number. I'm pinning a number for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can see the number all through the show. Yeah. But yeah, so, what do y'all think initially? Do you think that the second marriage goes better than the first marriage? Do you think that the second marriage may have a better chance of lasting or at least fulfilling you personally than the first time? The second time around. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Holla at me. All right. So I'm going to pin this thing, man. Pin it, John, right there. It's up at the top now, so you can see that. You can see that, so you just. But yeah, like if you think about it, a lot of things that you do for the second time, you probably tried to switch it around, change it around, improve some things, or maybe take greater control over them than you did the first time. The first time you do something may catch you off guard. You might have some expectations of the first time that you do something than were really realistic at the time. For example, what about people who went to college for the first time? You know how sometimes, all your life, maybe you were told that you were going to go to college after high school. So, you went to your prom, went to graduation, threw your cap and your cap and your tassel up in the air, caught it, and took your ass to college. Maybe when you got to college, you started partying, maybe start having all kinds of crazy sex, some of y'all for the first time ever. And maybe things just didn't go the way they were supposed to when you went to college. Maybe the coursework was a little bit harder, than you expected. And you might have messed around. Like you passed all your grades all the way in high school. You waited till 13th grade to flunk out. You got left back in your freshman year of college. It happens. Now, you may have flunked out of college, started working, doing your thing, having kids, starting a family and all of that. And later on in life, you might have went back to school. And maybe now you could concentrate, you could go to college. Now you're paying for it out of your own pocket. No financial aid. Well, maybe some financial aid, but not your parents anymore. Not all of those grants that you used to get. Maybe no scholarships. Now it's for all the marbles. So you may have really been able to concentrate better as an adult when you went to school than when you were 18 years old. It happens. So the same kind of thing can happen in a marriage, to whereas maybe the first time you got married, you married for love, you were starry-eyed, maybe you got married because you were pregnant or got somebody pregnant. Maybe you got married under false pretenses. Maybe somebody made you an offer that you couldn't refuse. Maybe they told you that they were going to take care of you always, and then you didn't realize that what they was going to take care of was, your eye. Maybe they were abusive, pop you in the mouth every day, or were verbally abusive. So I see somebody had called in, and they I guess they got it a little impatient or whatever, but you can call back into the show. You can call back in. We're about to take another caller in a minute, in just a minute. But yeah, so the second time that you do something in your life, even besides marriage, you might really have a different plan for it than you had the first time. People who fail at things the first time normally dust themselves up. Get up, dust themselves off, and try to do it again with a newfound vigor, respect, and plan than they may have had the first time. So we're gonna see about it. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can read some of y'all comments before we take the caller. Caller with the last number 7797. I'm about to get with you in just a second. Just give me a hot one. Sandra Logan, what's good? What's good? And Noah Sanford, thanks for coming through. And Alex and Taha Mobile. Okay, thanks for voting, y'all. Appreciate that. Let me see. California Love, Homeless Beads is back. I don't know nothing about being homeless. California Love says, I think the outfit is better without them cow cavities on your neck. I don't care. But thanks. Appreciate that. I don't give a shit, but thanks. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was a compliment, just a comment. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? That do me. All right. Sweet Fart says, hi there. Sorry for cutting you, but just wanting but just want to say hi. That's cool. T. Carrie Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And she says the second marriage should be more fulfilling if you gain relationship maturity after the first one. Okay, DJ Skill says, pending on a man's financial situation and new maturity, his second marriage could definitely be more successful. Goals. Is it possible that a man could play himself twice? Like you got played by your first wife, played by your second wife. Yo, getting played is all a part of your life. You wasn't meant to prosper with nobody because you just a real simp. Yeah, you can't beat none. You're the type of dude that I could say I need $1,000. You will reach in your pocket and give it, and you will look for it again. You never met me before, so there's no way that I'm going to give it. You live it on the edge. You are out here playing Big Willie, but everybody out here makes you look silly and you're paying for pussy, and that's kind of bad, but you ain't the only one, so yo, calm down, son. I don't know. California Love says, boss man Burgeruk says college school teaches you to be a slave. You obviously have never gone to college. Yeah. California Love, I'm going to read your comment. Nope, no, I'm not. Starts free. You know what? This is the problem right there. This is the problem right here. A lot of people believe that college is only meant to make you a lot of money. And you know what the problem with I don't have nothing against making a lot of money because I like nice things and I like having a lot of money left over. Here's the thing, college only teaches you how to think. And honestly, had I not went to college, I don't know how I would think. See, the reason I don't fly off the handle when trolls come through and all of that is because I went to college and they taught me how to think. You know, how to be more logical, how to think about what somebody is saying to you versus how they're saying it to you or what they're really trying to say to you. You understand what I'm saying? So one thing about college is that in college teaching you how to think, it gives you more options. When you don't educate yourself, when you don't read a lot, when you don't explore, when you don't travel the world, when you don't improve yourself intellectually, your options get narrowed down to just money because you don't think that there's anything else in life. And then when the money fails you, you really have nothing. I mean, think about it. That's why the crime rate is so high for people who never went to school or who have very limited education. People who drop out of high school have very little options to make money. They have very little options to do anything because they don't know shit. Of course, they'll tell you, no, I mean, I might not have finished high school, but I'm just as smart as college people who have college degrees because I got common sense. And I'm looking at them like, yeah. If you're smarter than those people or as smart as those people who have college degrees, I got one little task for you. Write me a complete sentence times 4. Write me a paragraph. And I'm going to give you an hour to do it. Write me a paragraph. You want to, some real shit. You want to find out where somebody is intellectually? Tell them, have them write you a paragraph. Any subject that they want. You're going to see some motherfuckers struggling because they ain't learned how to write. You know what happens to motherfuckers that don't know how to write or don't know how to read well? Well, let's just put it this way because I don't want to beat up on nobody tonight. But their options become extremely limited. Because one thing that a person will try to conceal is the fact that they can't read and write well. People on social media, you know how some people never, they say people are lurking, they not liking nothing, they not responding to nothing, they never post anything. You ever think that they don't know how? Yeah, they might not know how. But you seeing them fucked up ass text messages that they write. You know when your people can't write. You know when they can't really read. You looking at these text messages and you like, and what they'll tell you. What will they tell you? It's just a text message. It don't matter. This ain't an English class. Yeah, it's a good thing it's not an English class, because evidently you didn't go to one. You're dumb. You're lovable, but you're dumb. Doesn't mean you can't make money. You know what I mean? You could become a rapper or something else in entertainment. Entertainment is full of motherfuckers that didn't graduate high school. Full of them. Go down the list of rappers and show me how many high school diplomas you got. No LL, no Nas, no Biggie. You know, the notorious B.I.G. Who else never graduated high school? Like most of them, they didn't graduate no fucking high school. They told you they was trapping for a living. You think if a motherfucker graduated high school, he have to be out there trapping? Now somebody gonna come through and be like, just because you trapped don't mean that you shut the fuck up with that dumb shit. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna tell me nothing about selling no drugs. That's what you're not gonna do. All right. Caller, thanks for holding on. I said caller. Yeah, got it going on. Yeah, caller, that's on the line right now with the last number is 7797. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind tonight, my brother?
What's going on, good brother? You know what this is, man.
You already know. That's
when
right.
You know, man. When you know. I'm going to have to start talking. I'm going to have to use my Chicago voice with you. For all I love. Oh, God. After one marriage, I will never get married again. There will never be a second marriage.
Okay.
On my mama.
Damn.
On my fucking mama. I think that if you do everything in the world to keep that marriage together, your first marriage together, and you went through hell and high water, and that shit didn't work out, you don't want that. You ain't going through that pain again with another relationship.
I hear that.
I think right then and there, for just a few, maybe, I think it's just to be a whore the rest of your life, man. It's whore time.
See, the thing is, if you are the type that wants to be married, no amount of pussy or dick is ever gonna suffice, because more than likely you got married so you could be together with somebody. You gotta turn down your device.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of background noise. I don't know what it is. I'm thinking.
Oh, my bad. That's my television. My bad. Let me fuck to you, babe. Sorry, you all right now?
Yeah, we straight.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just can't see it, bro. I can't see it. Maybe it might change if that woman is a little bit different and start. Sometimes, you have a different kind of attractive woman.
Yeah.
But for me, I couldn't do it because I think that you should always fight for the first marriage. You should never, because one thing my grandfather always told me, he said, Troy, number one, don't spread your seed, and whoever you have babies with, marry that person. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't marry out of babies. I married out of love. But at the end of the day, if you give all that you can to that marriage and that relationship, and it falls short, I just can't see me going through all that again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Some women are set in their ways, and you don't want to have to go through that turmoil again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then when you go, you try not to take what you done went through in that relationship you went through before, but then you turn back around and you wind up dragging. As soon as something happens, everything is a red flag. Oh, I've been through that before. Oh, I've been through that before. Oh, I've been through that before. And now all of a sudden, you prejudging the person that the new person, because you got these red flags up. And you don't want it to look like the human side of you and who you are as a person start throwing red flags up because you're trying to protect your heart.
Right.
Your feelings. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a normal thing to do.
Yeah, it's normal because out of your your human instinct, it makes you do that. Man, and then it's just you don't want to hurt the next female. Don't drag the bullshit you went through before into that next relationship. But at the end of the day, that bullshit that you went through for 25, 30, that's a lot of time with one female that has to go through all that shit, and all of a sudden you talking about start over. No, I can't. I don't think I could do that.
Well, see,
I don't think I can start over with another relationship after going through a divorce.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A divorce is one of the most. I think that if anybody if you've never been divorced, right, or if you had, or even if you had a breakup, and you've been with that person for years, I don't know. People don't understand how hard that shit is. Unless you just don't have a heart, that shit is like really fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? It can test your mental stability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes women can push men to an extreme where I don't condone any man putting their hand on a woman, but I see what women do to men. I see what they do to them. Demoralize them, beat the shit out of them mentally.
All right, let me just ask you this. Hold on, let me just ask you this real quick. All right, so you say that you couldn't see yourself ever marrying again if you dissolve your marriage, right?
Right.
But do you feel like, and you don't have to answer this, but do you feel like your first marriage gave you everything to the point where you don't think that you could ever get the same in the second marriage?
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not the fact that it's the person can give you all that they want to give you. See, when people look at marriage, they look at marriage as just the worst, the thing that breaks up marriage is the most. It's not so much a cheating spouse, it's finance.
You think so?
Finance is the number one thing that breaks up marriages and relationships. And then there's cheating. Then there's infidelity. But then you turn back around, it's not the fact, because I still live by the 80-20 rule. If that 20 can't become my 80 or can't be my 100, then I don't want to deal with you. You know what I mean? And if anybody don't know what the 80-20 means, it means that the person that you with is 80%. If you go out there and you find another woman that's 20 and she can't match what you got in that 80, then you might as well not even deal with that shit. Because she can't bring nothing to the table for you but a piece of ass. And you're giving, and you're not receiving. And we're not talking about ass. Everything, a whole relationship and a whole marriage is not just based off of sex. It's based off of love. It's based off of, just like I said, me and you was talking before, and you were saying, some relationships, people sit up here and say, I want a man to do everything for me. I want them to pay my bills. I want them to do this. I want them to do that. As a woman, what are you doing? As a woman.
Hold on. Let me ask you something real quick.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm stuck on when you said that most marriages end over finances. And I have heard that before.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure I accept it, but I want to ask you something about. I want to ask you something about this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Before a person gets married, more than likely they have been in other relationships. You know what I mean? You know, boyfriend, girlfriend, and shit like that before they found the one that they wanted to marry, right? So
Right.
if those relationships didn't end over money, why would the marriage? Why would the person that you marry? Why would that end over money? If money,
Okay.
if
Well,
hold on. What I'm asking
okay,
is,
no, listen.
unless money was your main focus in your relationship before the marriage, why would it be the main focus in the marriage?
Okay, well, let me break it down to you, right? When you have a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, and if y'all not living together, the responsibility to that girlfriend is that of a girlfriend. But when you get married, there's a difference. That woman lives with you. You're responsible for her, and y'all supposed to be responsible for each other. But see, some women come into the marriage and then they get brainwashed and they start talking to their girlfriend. And now when you got social media, they go on social media and they hear men talking, men bashing other men. Well, I see why women don't want to be with men that's like this, or I see why, and they feed into the narrative and don't have an understanding that those men are the ones that just want you to listen. They want you to listen to the bullshit.
Mm.
See, some marriages are, a lot of relationships are based off 50-50. But sometimes it's going to be 70-30. Sometimes it's going to be 80-20. Sometimes it might be 100 nothing, or each way. But how you make it through it is that you make it through it together. And that's why marriages end, because some people don't want both parts. I mean, I know a boy, man, who no matter they're separated from their wife, right? And he still do for her what he's supposed to do as a husband, but she doesn't do for him what she's supposed to do as a wife.
Mm.
And I sit there and I tell my boy, his name Valentine. I told my boy, I'm like, I didn't understand it. So you want him to pay the bills, you want him to give you money, you want him to take care of this, you want him to take care of that, and he's not living in the household. But you only want to be sexually active with him or give him any type of intimacy because you hold him back from that and saying, I'm not going to give you this until you talk to me differently. When you accuse a person of doing so much shit, then the only thing they're going to do is when he talks back to you, he talks back to you out of frustration. He's not calling you bitch. He's not calling you whore. He's not calling you slut. He's not calling you out your name. He's not doing anything. He's not saying anything about you. The only thing he's doing is out of frustration, raising his voice to an octave that you feel as though he's disrespecting you. And he's not talking, he's not demeaning you. So when you get ready to go into another relationship, you don't know how to, you got to start over. This is a start over, but now you got to court them. You got to get to know their smells and odors. That person got to know your smells and odors. Oh, you stink when you go to the bathroom. Oh, you stink when you go, put your shoes and put them outside. That's not all this shit over again.
But I'm saying
though, at certain ages, you don't want to do that shit again, bro.
I understand, but my thing is, okay, let's say if I buy a car and maybe the first time I bought the car, maybe I didn't get a good deal on it because, you know, I was concentrating so much on my credit report, or maybe I didn't feel like, maybe I just let the dealer have more control over whether I could get the car rather than the fact that I was spending money. So maybe I didn't even get the car that I wanted. I just took the car that I knew I could get approved for. You know what I'm saying? For financing. So I got the car. I didn't really like the car. It was a nice car, but it wasn't really the car that I wanted. but I took it because the dealer kind of made it seem like this is the only car that I could afford and that I could get. Maybe later on, I find out that I could have got whatever I wanted, and I could have even gotten a better finance rate. I could have done a whole lot of things because now I have more information. So when I go to that deal, when I go to a dealer, I might not go back to that dealer, but when I go to a dealer the next time and buy another car, now I'm an educated consumer. I'm an educated buyer. I'm an educated customer. I know what I want. I know what to say. I know what to do. I can take control of this. I'm going to get what I want this time. Same way in a marriage. I'm thinking that maybe the first time I got married, maybe it was because I thought it was the right thing to do. Maybe my mom was sick and I just wanted to make sure that she saw me get married before she passed. My mom or my dad. Maybe I got my girl pregnant, and I was always taught that was the right thing to do. So I married her, even though I didn't want to marry her, even though I knew I wasn't mature enough, even though I knew that I hadn't gotten certain things out of my system, but I did it anyway because it was the quote unquote right thing to do. So I got into this marriage and started a family. And I messed around and violated, my marriage because I wasn't ready. I shouldn't have done it, but I was trying to be a man when I wasn't ready to be that kind of man yet. So I wound up getting divorced, and now maybe years later, and I've had a chance to process, the mistakes that I made. Maybe I've had a chance to become more mature. I've learned a little bit more. I understand. I've learned myself a little bit more. Maybe I needed to get to know myself better. And maybe now. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna let you question me. But maybe now that I'm better equipped to be a better man, to be a married man. But the first time I wasn't ready to be a married man, I got married anyway. Maybe the second time, now I'm ready to give my all. Now this time I'm ready to be more dedicated. This time I'm ready to be more faithful, maybe more committed. Maybe this time I know exactly what I want. Besides just being married, maybe now I realize that my wife should be my wife, my lover, my friend, my confidant, my partner, my consultant. You know what I mean? Maybe I wasn't ready for all of that before. Now I am. Maybe I didn't even have kids with my first in my first marriage. Maybe in my second marriage, now I'm ready to go. Maybe. So, there are a lot of things that can happen when you get a second chance. Like, repeat offenders. Like maybe when you committed your first crime and you got convicted, maybe you had to get a public defender. You didn't know about getting a lawyer. You didn't even understand the facts of the case. You didn't understand how you was prosecuted. Maybe you got railroaded. The second time you committed a crime or got accused of a crime, maybe you knew exactly what to do, what to say, what the process was, how to get yourself out of this trouble, or at least get a fair trial. The first time you got railroaded, you ain't know no better. You was listening to everybody else because you didn't know shit. Maybe the second time it's like, nah, hold on. Mr. DA, we ain't doing that.
Let me just interject in something. I understand everything you're saying. You brought up college a minute ago. And I realized maybe it's an adverb. You know what I mean? And that's from me going to college. So I just want to acknowledge that. From my grade school and college, you start doing, when you first get into college, they want you to use more adjectives, adverbs. They want you to get straight to the point and use all this shit that you want to use in that dark story you got to write for English class. Mm-hmm. I know this because I found my first paper, he was like, you didn't put a lot of adjectives. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe is an adverb. And you say a lot of maybes. But what if that maybe don't pertain to you? What if you're doing everything correctly, but that person can only find flaws in you because they have so many flaws? If their insecurity is affecting who you are.
Okay.
So then that maybe is not so much you, it's them. And what it is, it's turning you sour and bringing red flags up in everything, in every relationship you're going through. So now the next relationship is you're not holding up against them. But as soon as something goes wrong, you putting it in because everybody has a mental Rolodex. And nobody has a better mental Rolodex than they have like a woman. When a man does something wrong to a woman, they say, I forgive you, but they will go right to that mental Rolodex and take their car and put it right there. And as soon as she does something wrong and that man bring it up, she says, let me go to my mental Rolodex. Remember you did this? That could have been 10 years ago, and she'll bring it up. Because they remember. The thing about men, we forget easily. Sometimes, I think about 75% men forget easy. Women, no matter how much you sit back and say it, they don't forget at all sometimes. I think 95% of women don't forget at all.
Well, see, this is the thing. Not every woman throws your past up in your face. Not every woman does that.
But that's why I said 5% don't.
Well, no, I don't know I don't know how many what the percentage is, because I mean, honestly, I've never been able to deal with a woman who did that kind of shit. So for somebody like me, you're like almost 0% is going to do that because I can't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? We either going to move.
No, let's put it like this.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this. If you only have one sample, the reason why this is the second marriage versus the first marriage is because you're not going to have a wide enough sample size or example if you only did it once. You gotta actually be able to see this thing twice. So you might have to look at this through the eyes of not just your own marriage. You might have to look at this through the eyes of the relationships that you've been in. So because you've had way more than one girlfriend, you can say, well, yeah, the first girl that I fell in love with was way different than the second or the third one. And, you know, by the time I married my wife, I realized that was the one because she was better than the last four. You might have to look at it through those lenses, because if you still in your marriage, you can't really speak on the second one other than if I did get divorced and I got married again, you would be able to speak about it from the standpoint of, well, this is what I would do differently, and this is who I would look for in differently. Like, this is what I would want different in her, and this is what would be different in me.
I always remember the conversations we had on your podcast, but I remember we was talking and we said, when you're in a relationship with somebody you're not married, that's an audition for marriage. Remember we said that?
No doubt.
And some auditions for marriage, I've been in relationships with just women, with young ladies, you know, and they weren't the ones that I wanted to be with. And at the end of the day, it was too much immaturity and too much bullshit behind their games. You know what I mean? But then when I did get married, I went in there and it wasn't that I wasn't ready to get married. It was just the fact that we should have done things differently. But then when you start getting older and you say to yourself, now we can get this shit right. But the past is the past, and I can leave whatever. I'm a person that I forgive easily, and I think that's one thing that I hate that my mom gave to me, is gave me a forgiving heart. Because sometimes I just wish I just had that I don't give a fuck attitude.
Okay.
I wish I just had that I don't give a fuck. Let's break this off. Let's get this shit done and over with.
Okay.
But the love part, right?
No, I'm just listening to you. Go ahead.
You know, because the love part, I'm an unconditional love person. I'm a person I love hard, and you know me.
I do, but I
I
don't,
mean,
but
you
I don't really believe in unconditional love. I know what people are trying to say, but really there are conditions on everything.
well, I don't think there should be a condition. The reason why I say unconditional love is that I don't think you should sit back and put conditions on the love that you have for a person.
Why not?
Or I love you until you don't do this. Or when you mess up, I don't love you. That's not how love is.
Why not?
It's
So
not. No, it's
so
not.
so
Okay, well, and that's
so
why marriage is
so
great.
wait.
When you
So
think
you
about it.
can't have the condition that somebody has to treat you with love and respect, or you're not going to love them anymore. That can't be a condition.
But that's all part of unconditional love. I love you under all conditions
Why? Why
until
would you
we
even want
but
to?
it depends on what the conditions that you when I say all conditions, I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about no matter what we go through, love just don't go out the window, son. It doesn't.
You're right. No, I agree
It
with
doesn't.
that.
Love just
I agree
and that's
with
again,
that, but
that's my version. That's my version of unconditional love. That love don't go out the window because you had an argument. Love don't go out the window because you forgot something. Love don't go out the window because finances are tight. Love don't go out the window because you didn't buy a card for her mother's birthday or you forgot something. Love don't just stop there.
so love don't go
Love
out the
is
window.
unconditional.
Love don't go out the window if dude punch her in the eye and damn near split her eye from her socket. That is love
Oh yeah,
shit.
love don't happen. That's why I said I'm not talking about
Okay.
physical.
How about love don't so if your man, I mean if your woman is screwing your brother or the dude down the street or whatever and they do it in your house, that shouldn't, does love, unconditional love still apply there?
No, that's not. That shouldn't apply. I said other than the cheating part and stuff like that. Yes, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, but that's a
But I'm talking
condition.
about
That's
in
a
that
condition.
relationship.
But see, that's a
When you say
condition.
that is a that's a good. But my version of unconditional love is the things that I've been through. You know, and if you and because the small things should not take away that love.
Yeah,
It
the
should not
small
break that
things
man.
shouldn't. Small
But
things,
today's relationship,
small things
but
shouldn't.
today's relationship, say that again.
Small things shouldn't. Small things can't. I mean, shouldn't get in the way of good love. But here's the thing: small things,
Tell me how.
small things, form into big things. Like
Yes, they do.
listen, a little piece of sand don't hurt shit, but get that motherfucker in your eye and see how you feel. Hey man, you know what I mean? That shit will wreck your world. A little piece, a little speck, one speck of sand don't hurt shit, but get it in your eye, and that shit is going to ruin your entire day. And you're not going to get used to it. There's no way you can get used to it.
So what analogy the sand represents what?
So what I'm saying is, even though it might be a small thing in physically, it might be a big thing emotionally. It might be a big thing mentally. And what might be small to me might be big to you. You know what I mean? What I might be able to put up with, what I might be able to put up with in my spirit and my soul might not be what you can, or you might be able to do some shit. You might be able to put up with some crazy shit that I might be like, man, ain't no way I would ever do that. But that's for you, and that's what's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me. But when we start talking about,
and that's what I'm talking about. What for you is for you, what for me is for me. the way I look at unconditional love might be, I can understand what you're saying, that there is conditions. I'm not talking about the major, I'm talking about the structure of the relationship. Because sometimes when a person goes through an argument, the first thing they want to do is make it seem like that the love goes away from that. You know, you've seen people, they get in an argument, all of a sudden they fuck that bitch. Fuck her. You know what I mean? See, back in the day, it was different. When grandma and grandpa went to arguments, they made it up. The only thing they did was they went there, grandma be in the kitchen cooking, dad be up there sitting there with that TV, then just say, you know what, it's not even worth arguing. Then you go over there, get the 45, blow that dust off, put it on the damn thing, and all of a sudden, last night, me and my woman, we cried, and then I made it up. Oh, he's apologizing. And back then, my grandma and grandpa argued, and they still loved each other.
Listen, man.
Not today. You argue with your wife or something. You know, I love you until you don't buy me that new Gucci pocketbook, or until you don't pay my car new, or we gonna break up, or we gonna get a divorce because you didn't do this, or you didn't. What? See, there's a fantasy of marriage that you follow. You know, and when you go in front of the man, which is that man up above, and you take those vows, there should be a seriousness towards it. And then when you intertwine children with that, it makes it even bad that you're not willing, that anybody is not willing to fight for that.
No, I'm not saying that.
To leave that relationship alone and then get to another marriage?
There's nothing wrong with fighting. There's nothing wrong with fighting fighting for love, fighting for the one you love, fighting to keep things together. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand what this show is about is the second marriage versus the first. So you somehow you got to get into that mode, because we not staying on the first marriage. We on the second.
No. Let's go to the second. Let's go. How do you get to the second marriage?
Well, you got to let the first one go first of all.
There you go.
So even if but even if you but
really let the first one go.
Yes, they do. Plenty of them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Give me a percentage. What you think?
I don't know. Listen. My parents got married twice. Both of my sisters got married twice. Some of my brothers have gotten married twice. It is what it is. They had to let the first one go in order to have the second one. Sure, they might have tried to hold on to the first one. It didn't work. Until they let the first one go, they could not engage in the second one. It wasn't going to work. So, you know, I mean, it go the way it go. But even if you're in your first marriage, still, that doesn't mean that you can't mentally think about what you would do differently or demand differently in your second marriage. You know what I mean? It's not like, I mean, this is not like choosing another religion. Like, I don't know what it would be like, you know, to be a Muslim, because I'm a Christian and I'm not trying to disrespect God, you know what I mean, by saying, you know what I mean? It's not like that. This is just your life. Hold on. We have another caller on the line. We're going to bring the caller in and see what they're talking about. Caller with the last numbers 4828. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind tonight? What's good? Caller, last number 4828. Are you there?
I am here. Sorry about that.
All right.
I had myself on mute.
Okay. All right. What's happening? What's on your mind tonight? Thanks for calling in.
Well, I was listening in and to him say we talk about unconditional love, and I haven't been married before. There should absolutely be conditions, and I think the problem is that people are jumping into marriages without conditions. We're not vetting the people that, this is supposed to be a lifelong commitment. So people aren't taking the time to really ask the hard questions. I mean, it's good that the sex is great. It's good that the person's fly. It's good that the person might make money or have great ambitions. But what about, you need to ask the hard questions.
But can you
About,
possibly give me one hard question?
I'm sorry.
Can you give me a hard question that you would ask?
Well, I will as soon as I finish my thought, if that's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So there needs to be conditions, and I was married almost 20 years.
God bless.
Yeah, I was married almost 20 years, and I was very disappointed when the marriage didn't. When I saw the marriage, I knew the marriage wasn't going to work, but I wanted, that old time, married forever, through thick and thin, whatever, whatever. And I was holding on to something that wasn't working. And I am a person who has conditions, but I did not, with that particular person, I had not stood firm on what those conditions were, which was faithfulness, as far as fidelity. That's a hard line for me. But I didn't stand firm on that. I let certain things pass prior to the marriage, thinking that this marriage was going to be something better, and that level of commitment, because he had been married before, so he had already had one wife. And I said to myself, most men are not going to get married, multiple times. So this second marriage with me is going to make him more. This is in my head, more serious. This is a real act of commitment. He and I getting married. This is going to be great. When I knew that I had to be like, listen, if you don't think you're going to be able to be faithful, you don't need to be fucking marrying me, like, at all. Because I'm going to be faithful. That's a hard line for me. That's a hard line.
Let me ask you
and,
this.
People are afraid to ask the hard questions and to have those hard lines because they don't want to lose the person. Guess what? If you draw your line and you lose them, it was his second marriage and my first.
Oh, well, and I respect you for what you saying now. I respect that even more because after his first marriage, he moved on, and what son is talking about is what he's talking about is what did you learn from your first marriage that you can take to your second marriage and be better. So what he learned from his first marriage is that he was unfaithful, and he took it to the second marriage with you, and was still unfaithful. You understand what I'm saying? And for that,
but for me, here's the lesson. Well, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. So I understand what son is saying, and I agree.
Wait a minute, y'all can't talk at the same
what
time.
I'm hearing say to you is that he is not. Well, I really like to use this word, but he's a dumb nigga because he had a perfectly good woman within himself that was wanting to be faithful, but he brought from his first marriage to his second marriage and didn't appreciate the woman you were.
Right.
So
what lesson did he learn? I know what lesson I learned.
He learned nothing. He learned nothing. He was still in his first marriage mentality. Because I guarantee you the reason why his first marriage ended was because of something like that. He couldn't be faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Told you, I knew it.
Well, see, here's the thing. Perhaps his goal wasn't to improve himself. That might not have been his goal. His goal may have been to find somebody who would accept him and his flaws unconditionally or whatever. But one thing that I wanted to ask you about this, and I put this question in the chat, and I don't know if any or everybody knew what I was talking about when I said it. Well, you said you don't think that people are vetting the people that they're marrying well enough. And my question is, do you think, and I'm talking to you directly, Do you think that people take enough time out to vet themselves? Because you can always think that you know how a person is, or think that you know what they're going to do, but do you know what you're going to do? Are you sure about what your intentions are and what your how well you are at accepting or resisting, or you know what I mean? Like, have you strengthened your resolve to be able to discipline yourself? You understand what I mean? Like when I say,
I do.
when we talk about vetting someone, hold on. When we talk about vetting someone, we're talking about getting to know them. But I also think that you have to get to know yourself, because no matter what, no matter how well somebody does by you, if you're not ready to do well by them, or if you're not ready to be done well by, it's not going to matter. You're going to fuck this up.
Mm-hmm. So to answer to your question, I didn't mean to cut you off. So
you didn't cut it. I cut you off, actually. My bad. And wait a minute, just before you go on, we do have another caller on the line, 1303. I just wanted to acknowledge him, that we're going to bring him on in a minute. But go ahead, finish your thought, please.
So no, most people, when I'm talking about vetting, I'm not just talking about the other person. I'm talking about themselves as well.
Okay.
And this type of spontaneity used to be associated with people under a certain age. No, but I'm looking all the way across the board, and I see people who are, middle-aged jumping into stuff because they don't want to be alone. People who are young jumping into stuff because they just want the ceremony. Are you ready? Are they ready? It's not just about the damn wedding. It's not just because you don't feel like being alone. Like, you're not vetting yourself, and you're not vetting the person that you're with, because you just want a relationship. You just want this wedding. You don't know how this person. One of the things that I've learned, although my husband had an issue with cheating, I still hold myself responsible for my responses or lack of responses, and when things went wrong in our marriage. That's very important to me. That's part of vetting yourself. Accountability is part of vetting yourself. One of the things that I learned that I do not want in my next serious relationship or marriage, if that ever gets to that point, is someone who I can't fight as an argument, not physical fight. I can't have an argument with and it not be a safe space. Meaning, I need to be with somebody where when we argue, I know that at the end of that argument, we're still going to be okay. At the end of that argument,
talking about, sir.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's that's a condition. That's what he was trying to say when he said there is no unconditional love. There absolutely should be a damn condition. I just want to finish.
Yes,
as far thank you so much. As far as us fighting being a safe space, I want to be with someone who doesn't fight dirty. I mean, listen. If I have felt safe enough to tell you about things that have happened to me, or in the past, or this my deepest feelings, my deepest fears, my motherfucking deepest fears better not come up during an argument, because I'm not going to do that to you.
I'll be clapping for you. I'm trying to do it right now.
I'm not going to do that to you. This argument was about mashed potatoes or French fries. Damn it! How the hell? Because arguments start off with stupid stuff, right?
Yeah.
But what happened? This fight I had when I was 14 with my mother come up about French fries and mashed potatoes. Like, what we doing? So it's just like I need a safe space. because I'm going to provide that for you as well. And I learned that if I'm feeling something, I have to. I want to say it because I've been notorious for holding things in because I didn't want to piss somebody off or I didn't want to get angry past a certain point. And I would tell myself that was me controlling myself, but it was just making things worse because then I would just blow up. Once it got to be too much. No, that's not healthy. It's not good for me. It's not good for the relationship.
Okay.
So now,
you go ahead.
I just spit it out. Like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I know I'm on your nerves right now, but I just need to get it out, get my shit off, and then we can talk about it. That is definitely a condition.
No doubt.
That is a condition, and you need conditions. You need healthy conditions. Otherwise, you can't grow. The relationship can't grow. You can't inspire them to grow.
Yeah.
That's what I just want to.
No, that's facts. Hold on, y'all. Wait. No. Whoa. Slow down. We have another caller on the line. I want to make sure I get him in right now. So caller, all right. Caller with the last number is 1303. Welcome to the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show. Thank you for calling in. What's on your mind tonight? Are you there? Caller with the last number is 1303. Are you there?
What? My phone was much different, but can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. What's up?
Oh, right on. So I was looking for some advice. I recently found Jesus from the last few years, and I participated in the murder of a child, if you know what I mean. And I was able to justify my mind at the time, but now I have a ton of guilt hanging over my head, and I'm not sure if God has forgiven me. I ask for forgiveness all the time, but I'm just wondering if you have any advice on how to deal with such a thing.
Okay. Are you saying that you terminated a pregnancy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. God has been known to forgive murderers, rapists, thieves, liars, mass murderers, serial murderers. Why would God not be able to find it in his heart to not forgive you? Why wouldn't he be able to forgive you for an abortion?
I'm having trouble forgiving myself.
Okay. Now that's different. That's different. Now, I'm no kind of spiritual advisor, but I think about these kinds of things all the time. You understand what I mean? Of course,
right. I don't expect you to
no.
whatever I believe.
No. It's not about whether I believe what you believe or not. I'm just going to try to provide a little clarity for you. And maybe you can understand where I'm coming from a little bit, because I'm not going to say that I'm right about this, but these are some of the things that I think about. I honestly believe that God creates all life, and I think that he's responsible for all death, all of them, every last one of them, regardless of how they happen. I believe that God is responsible because nobody makes it out of here alive. Now, on earth, as human beings, as logical thinking, reasoning having human beings, which is the only thing that separates us from the animals, we have guilt. Animals out in the wild don't have guilt. That's not their plight. You will never find a lion crying over feasting on a warthog or any other animal. Now it's just real shit. They kill in order to live. Now, also, human beings kill animals to eat. Now, we don't have any, well, some of us have guilt about that, and some of us don't. But you don't know what lesson is supposed to be taught with every life that is born and every death that is claimed. We don't know. But what happens after a person passes away, dies, or whatever, even if you're responsible for it? Like, let's say you mistakenly killed somebody. You know, you didn't mean to. It could have happened in a car accident, or you dropped something off of a bridge. You know what I mean? You can be responsible for killing another person, but it's what you do after what you have done that really matters, because you still are here on this earth, and you still have to deal with everything that comes your way, and everything that you've done. And I don't think that it's a good idea to punish yourself for a decision that you may have made in order to live your life. Maybe you may pledge to never have to make this decision again, but it may have been the right thing to do for your situation at the time. Now, I know pro-lifers will tell you, and you should never do this. There's no excuse for this. There's no forgiveness for this. Well, they've done a whole lot of things in their lives. Some of those people who run around here saying that you can't have an abortion have killed actual people, that were out of the womb, that were fully developed, that were already walking and talking and walking this earth. But God forgives them, and He'll forgive you too. But I think
it's possible for me to elaborate and
yeah. Just hold on a second.
Well,
yeah, I think
that's all I needed from you. I really appreciate the advice.
Wait, just one more thing.
Keeping them up, that really helped me out, man.
Wait a minute. Just one more thing before you go. I don't know how you feel about therapy and counseling, but it sounds to me like you would really benefit from that, because sometimes when we don't have anybody to tell our story to, sometimes it eats us up inside, and sometimes we can really, really free ourselves by talking about our experiences with somebody who can honestly help us. So hopefully you don't have a prejudice towards counseling or therapy or whatever, because I know I don't, and I think it's very helpful.
The thing I can say to you, sir, can I just say that, sir? What was that?
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, it always put a bad taste in my mouth, just because I was going through a custody battle, and it was court mandated, and it was just nonsense. Where it's just like, and how does that make you feel? Like, what do you mean? I'm pissed off because my kid's trying to jump state my kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's tough, man. I mean, it really, really is. There's some of the decisions that we have to make in life is really, I mean, we are not always sure that we've done the right thing, but you don't always have to do the right thing. What you have to do is always strive to do the right thing. You're going to make mistakes along the way, and mistakes are okay. Even some of those things you do on purpose are okay, but you got to fix them. You know what I mean? If you dig a hole, you got to fill in the hole at some point. You understand what I mean? If you dig a hole, don't leave the hole there so somebody can trip over it and hurt themselves. Do the world a favor and at least cover the hole, or put something over it to warn somebody about the hole.
Well, I really appreciate you, man. That talk really did me good. Thank you very much.
All right, man. You have a good night. Thanks for
You as
calling
well.
in. Don't hesitate to call back.
Good night.
All right.
Son,
Yo, I
you
had
know,
I had to mute your line.
you know
You know,
what?
you gotta slow down a
There's
little
no
bit. You
problem.
guys.
There's no problem. I appreciate what you told me, man, because I got a lot of respect for that guy. Because when you put your own testimony on a podcast and you ask for help, it takes a strong man to ask for help, man. You know, and one thing you said to him and that you mentioned is a faith. And we both pray to the same God, and that God forgives, like you said, he forgives everybody. But at the same token, the fact that he was able to come out and ask for help from another man, that's a respect level that I gotta give him. Because other people would have walked through their life and it would have been hurt them. And guilt sometimes is a good thing because with guilt comes humility. And with humility comes humbleness. You know what I mean? Therefore, you can work your way through all that and still God will find you will find your way to God and God will help you through that. You know what I mean? But you got to stay humble and stay humble and have that humility and have an understanding that I feel this guilt, but I can understand. I have an understanding of who God is. Because that's the main thing that bothers me about the pro-lifers. That you want to tell a woman what to do with their body, but a man, you don't want to tell a man what he can do with his body. This is the free world. That's the only thing you're supposed to do is support a woman when they make that decision. You know, and I got a lot of respect for women, but that man right there, I applaud him for what he did. Just did on your podcast, but he reached out to you.
Yeah, I mean,
and,
you know.
and I appreciate you for giving him that right advice.
Well, you know, we gonna try to help. We gonna try to help. So, but getting back into what we talking about, as far as the second marriage versus the first, what I want to talk about for a quick second. I've been trying to do this for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
On a personal level, let's do this. On a personal level, let's the three of us that are on the line right now, if y'all don't mind, can you name three things that you would look for in a second marriage than what you may have experienced in the first? And for the people in the chat, I invite y'all to do that too. And can you name three things about yourself that you would expect or change in your second marriage rather than what you experienced in your first?
Consistency, sexual compatibility, and what's the word that I want to describe when we used to describe the third thing? I don't want to just use the blanket commitment, but there is a certain level of commitment that is needed that wasn't there. But so I'll just say commitment because I can't think of another word for whatever it is that I want to say as a third option. As far as what I would expect from myself, consistency, patience, and less pridefulness.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Troy?
I would say respect. You know, love and listening.
Okay. Now, is that what you is that what you would expect from them or yourself?
That's what I would respect. That's what I would expect from them.
Okay.
On my behalf, what I would expect for myself is listening, understanding, and not tolerating.
What do you mean by not tolerating?
Because I think that, like I said to you just a minute ago, and you know, you tolerate it's like this. when you have an upbringing and you've been brought up by a single mother and you've seen your single mother go through the trials and tribulations of her relationship, but yet she still sticks with that man, it becomes like you feel as though in your upbringing, you feel like, well, maybe I should forgive too. And you tolerate bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a forgiving heart, whereas though you shouldn't have a forgiving heart. Sometimes you gotta say, like the lady said, come on, I gotta let this go. But sometimes you think about that forgiving heart that you was blessed with as a gift and a curse, and you sit back and you allow it to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by not tolerating.
Okay.
Not tolerating the BS that you shouldn't tolerate. And I don't think, and that's the most important. That's, out of them three, that's the most important.
Okay. All right. This is what I would say. In any next relationship that I've ever gone to, I've always looked for a higher level of love,
Right.
a deeper meaning, a deeper connection of understanding, a deeper spiritual connection, and better communication. That's what I've always looked for. Of course, like, maybe bigger titties and a fat ass or fatter ass, but I mean that don't have to be the case, but it'd be nice. All right. Now, for myself, what I've always tried to do is look for myself to be more patient, definitely more patient, because I can be very impatient when it comes to certain things. And I would look for myself to be more understanding. And I'm going to say understanding / accepting, because I'm quick to cut off what I don't like or what I don't understand, or I'm not the quickest person to look past some shit that I ain't feeling. And the other thing is to be more committed, like to really say, well, I'm gonna make this thing work no matter what. I've been more willing to let it say, no, they're gonna have to make me be more committed. They're gonna have to make me want to be more committed, instead of saying that up front. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I would want more for myself to be like, all right, no, going into this thing, I've already pledged to do this thing. But that's why I've never been married before. But that's what I would demand in my first. And like I said, I don't think I would never do it again. But if I was going to do it, this is what I would have to believe. Like, I would really have to believe that I want to be with this person for the rest of my life, no matter what, hands down. And I'm not saying that I've never felt that way before. However, how long something lasts, you know what I'm saying? Like, these things can't be in spurts. They need to be cemented in. Like, you either all in or you ain't. It's just like when you take out a loan, you don't have the, or if you join the army, you can't just back up out of that shit. You know what I mean? When things don't go your way, or you don't like the conditions. Like, okay, yeah, you can not like it all you want. You're gonna be messed up over this. You know what I mean? Because you should have thought about all of that before you got into it. So that's what I would expect more for myself, to know what I'm getting into and accept it up front, and say to myself, like, just like if I took out a loan, I couldn't back out of it. I'm going to treat this situation just like that. Just like if I join the Marines, I'm gonna have to fail this boot camp in order to not go. But how am I going to feel about that? You understand what I'm saying? So that's what that's where I am with it. But But I want to talk about the other thing I want to talk about is what about people? What about people who have maybe they're still of childbearing age, or they're still in their childbearing years? What about the ones who have had children in their first marriage and they pledged to not have any more children in a second marriage, or the ones who didn't have children in their first marriage but definitely want children in a second marriage? Can y'all speak on that?
Well, my thing is this, right? Every relationship is different, but if you in your first marriage, if you have kids, I'm still a person afraid to see it around like that. But if you get into another marriage and your wife don't have children, or she would like to have a child with you to bring that union even closer together, it's best that you do that because that's your wife.
No, but you have to. That's stuff you have to talk about before you marry that person.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Because if you guys are not on the same page as far as that's concerned, it can take what feels like the greatest love of your life and diminish the entire relationship because you guys just decided to get married knowing that you weren't on the same page about that. If you know you don't want children, if you know you don't want any more children, but the quote unquote love of your life does, you have to ask yourself, is that something that you can change, you can switch up on and mean it. Don't just say it, you have to mean it. Whatever side you're on, side of the fence that you're on, because obviously the two people aren't meshing. Love is not enough to sustain that relationship, unfortunately, if you are not on the same page as far as procreation is concerned. It's just not. It will eat up the most beautiful.
It will rip the relationship apart.
It really will. It really, really will. My last boyfriend was 8 years younger than me. And I was like, kid. But and I was like, I don't know, you have to sit down and have a serious talk. One, where's this going? Where are you expecting this to go? I didn't know whether or not I wanted to get married again, but I knew that if I had children, with him, that I wanted to be married. Eventually, it took a couple of years. I was open to the idea, but it took a couple of years. But I was very honest about where I was as far as having more children was concerned. Just so happens I'm a middle-aged woman who I have a whole bunch of eggs, and fertility is not an issue for me. But thank God, we didn't have any good person, but no thanks. But you have to. My point was that you just have to be really, really clear about where you stand, and you have to stand firm until it, and then that other person has to decide whether or not they still want to move forward with the relationship.
Fact.
You can't dilly dally about that.
Yeah. So it's a man. Children are a big part of marriage, and some people honestly believe that if there's no children involved, then there's no real need to get married, because it's not really a family situation. Some people look at as marriage as a way to build a family. So if there's no family, then what's the use? I understand what they're saying. I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily disagree, but I'll say this. I know that a lot of people didn't have kids in their first marriage for whatever reason. And they may have had to bitten the bullet for not having kids, because they may have done it on purpose. Like, I know some women who definitely made sure that they didn't get pregnant by their first husband for whatever reason. It could have been because they didn't trust him. It could have been because they didn't think they were really all that good looking. Just to be honest, you know what I mean? Like I don't want no kids by nobody who looks like this. I know I'm married to him, but I don't. You know what I mean? I might not. Maybe she married him and wasn't really that attracted to him, but he could provide a good life for her. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she had kids by somebody that she wasn't married to, and then she got married, didn't have any kids with a husband, and maybe had children with the second husband. It happens. Life be lifing. But when you sit down and you think about what you want in the second one, because everybody has a different energy. Everybody that you deal with has a different energy than the last one. So what you might do for the last one, you may not do for this one. Or what you might not have done for the last one, you might do extra over and beyond, over and above what you ever did for the last one, for this one. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So you may have, maybe the table was set better in your second marriage for a whole lot of things. It could be children. It could even be a home. Like, nah, in my first marriage, we had to rent because I didn't want to enter a contract with my spouse because maybe they weren't good with money, and I didn't want to be left with no, with a lot of debt. Shit like that. I mean, you were talking about earlier how a lot of marriages break up over finances. Well, a house is one of those things, one of those assets, that you have to really, really take into consideration when you talk about a marriage. Because let's say you and your wife or you and your husband, y'all put down $50,000 on a $300,000 or $400,000 house. You know what I mean? And you got a 30-year mortgage with this, and y'all was only together 5 or 6 years. This house still got to be paid for. Or guess what? Both of our credits is going to be messed up. So this is serious business. You know what I mean? So maybe you decided to rent in your first marriage because you knew that they weren't responsible enough to handle a mortgage and a purchase. Maybe on the second marriage, you like, hell yeah, we're going to get this house because I know they're going to hold it down. I know that they solid when it comes to finances. So yeah, I don't mind putting my trust in this person and going ahead and signing on the dotted line. Shoot, so these are things that you have to, that you should take into consideration when you start talking about the second marriage versus the first marriage. There could be a whole lot of growth. There could be a whole lot of growth for yourself. Maybe in your first marriage, it was okay for your first spouse to not be all that smart or that progressive when it came to learning new things, experiencing new things. Maybe you were able to just talk about sports and celebrity gossip and things like that in your first marriage. Maybe in your second marriage, you're like, nah, we're gonna talk about the sun, moon, and stars. We're gonna talk about law. We're gonna talk about the future, the past, history. You know what I mean? Maybe you insist on somebody with a little higher level of intelligence. Maybe somebody who can teach you something, or maybe somebody who can keep up with you more than you having to dumb it down like you may have done in your first marriage. These are just options. You know what I mean? Because one thing that I think can lead to a married couple breaking up, or growing apart, or separating is growth. Like, man, if let's say you or your spouse goes to school, they went back to school, they going to college, get they associates, bachelors, masters, and all of that. And maybe you never liked school, maybe you got through school, but that was never your thing. So they around intellectuals, they learning all kinds of new shit. They coming home and they talking to you about the stuff that they learning in classes, and you don't want to hear that shit. Maybe you don't want to hear none of it. And they like, yeah, maybe you don't want to hear it because you dumb and you don't mind being dumb. And you hang around with all those other dummies, doing dumb shit in them dumbass places that y'all go to, congregating with the rest of the dummies. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you looking at your spouse like they all bougie, because they going to school, and they're changing. And guess what? They're changing and their needs are changing.
Mm-hmm.
You might be ashamed. You might be ashamed that your needs are changing, but they are.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with growth. There should be positive growth in both people. Like my wife, she had went to school. She went back to school. And when she got done in school, she assumed that that's something that I wanted to do. And I thought about it, and I was like, no, that's not something that I want to do. I love culinary. I love being a chef. I love cooking. I love making people happy through food. You know what I mean? And that's skill I want to tell you. I'm an 8 and I'm great at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to stop. When you love something and you're doing something you love, they say that you will do it for free. Yes, I will do it for free. It just so happens that I got to make money to take care of bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got a degree in electrical engineering, and I hate electrical engineering. I got that from my grandmother.
Okay.
I love being a chef, but you shouldn't demoralize a person because they don't want to do what you want to do.
That's true.
As long as the most important thing I always remember with the OG said at that song. Love you. When I heard this song, he said, long as I keep food on the table, long as I keep the bills paid, baby, long as you loving you, long as I'm loving you, long as you loving me, everything is all right. That's how it should be, but we don't get that sometimes.
Well, I mean, because you might need to actually be able to talk to your talk to the one that you love. I mean, right. I know that for me. I mean, shit. I mean, you can feed me, fuck me, and all of that. If I can't talk to you, we got nothing. We got nothing.
There you go, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So,
90 seconds.
It's talking through, listening and understanding, not just talking and letting it go through your ears. Mm-hmm. It has to be a level of conversation where you're talking, you have to be listening, and you understanding what your mate is saying.
Right.
And that's in the first marriage, that's the second marriage. If you get married the third time, that's the third marriage. It has to be a level of communication. And you just said it. That will be one of your things you ain't work for. It has to be a level of communication that you have with your mate, that for the betterment of the relationship. And even with changes, with growth, the growth part is not a negative thing. It becomes negative when somebody says when they think they're doing more than what you're doing. Your growth should be a hindrance on this relationship. Your growth should be a positive thing to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I feel about it. Your growth should, once you got this takes me out towards, I think I went through my past is, I would sit back and do what I'm going to do, and it's what I'm supposed to do. The next person was and they can talk about, well, this is what I'm doing. But it's not it's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do certain things for this marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But you're making yours greater than mine, as if mine is downgraded. I'm supposed to go out there and buy my kids clothes for school and make sure I provide for them to get ready to go to school.
Right.
So when I did that, the finances that you would include with it, you take that and put that up in a rainy day fund.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's not how it goes.
All right, hold on.
Because that's when it goes to what's mine is mine and yours is not, and yours is mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be that way. And that's why I was talking about finances are one of the major reasons why relationships break up. Because people don't want to listen to the next person. And that's the worst part of not listening is not communicating.
No, it doesn't sound like that's the finances. That sounds like it's communication.
Well, hold on.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all about the number one reasons why shows stop. Because it's 4:00 in the morning. And you know what I mean? Like, it's the number one reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Well, that's the number one reason people be sleepy at work.
You know, like, yo, after 2-4 hours, and it's almost, listen, the sun ain't coming up on me. That's not going to happen. But listen, I want to thank both of y'all for coming on through. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all coming.
Do a part two.
Well, we'll see about it. Let's see, because you know our part two history ain't great. You know what I mean? That shit sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
we haven't been known to catch that lightning in a bottle.
If you do a part two now, you got 2 people in here that can see the part two.
Man, one of y'all fucking around and get sleepy tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it might be the host. All right, y'all, listen. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all mucho. Thanks for supporting the movement.
No problem.
All right.
All right, good brother.
Okay. That's what's up. Great calls, great conversation. I appreciate all of the callers coming through tonight. Appreciate even Blog Talk for finally getting their user interface and their platform together, because it wasn't working none of the weekend. So it's all good. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We have some birthday shout outs to do. We're going to go ahead and do our birthday shout outs, and then we are out of here. So let's get it popping. All right, we have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious September 23rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Stephanie Moore, happy birthday to you. And also Tony Trower, happy birthday. And Nash Bryant, happy birthday to you. And Kiana Jones, happy birthday. And Xanthia Austin, happy birthday. And Isabella Dailika, happy birthday. And Laura Spencer. And can't forget Ebony Marani, happy birthday. And last but not least, my girl, Janet Rodriguez. Janet Rodriguez. Wait a minute. Okay, it was the 20th. Okay. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious September 23rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, the first marriage versus the second marriage. Which one came first? Which one went last? Which one was the best? Which one ended fast? Just because you did it twice, it doesn't mean that is better. But sometimes you just have to let Experience play its course, and if you don't do that thing, yeah, your voice might be hoarse, and you can't have the things said that you need to say, but you gotta be with somebody that's gonna let you play the way the game was meant to be played. You gotta know the rules. Don't be going out like a fool. I got the tools to build a real empire for me and you. No liar. My thing is that I need a king. That's me. A queen. That's you. See, when we get together, we bake pies and we gonna make sure that we get together, stay true and no lies. Eyes on some other shit. And yo, you can be on some other shit with me. And it's legit. And the things that you teach me, I'm gonna make sure that I soak in. And we gonna cloak when we gonna cover each other because that's what we supposed to do. It's all about me and you. Ain't no Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, it's all about us, and everything is gonna be all right. Yo. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 2 a.m. Yes, 2 a.m. for another Daily Go Getimism show. So please come through. Please ride out. Please make sure that you hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And you know, it's simple as that. All right. Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. And let's do it like this. I gotta take off my uniform. It's time for me to clock out. Yeah, I'm going to rock out, but not with my cock out. And yo, you take your chain off too, or should I say your necklace? Yo, that is the best fit. All right, so we good. We good. Yeah, we good. All right, y'all. Like I said, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Make sure you come back 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow night. I mean, if you up, you know what I mean? You ain't doing nothing. You working third shift. You know what I mean? You bullshitting. If you going to bullshit while you working third shift, you might as well do it with the Daily Go Getimism show. I mean, can we do this? Can we do this? I holler back at y'all. Peace.